What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is Harley Pettit from Bella's Bombers and Team Lone Star Disc, here to bring you the second part of my Bound for Bigfoot series. Today we're going to be going over my in the bag, which is what I throw and why I throw it, where I throw it, etc. I'm going to try to keep that short and sweet, but before we get into that, Lone Star has 6 overstable fairway driver molds, and I have one of each, and they all kind of cycle in and out of my bag as they please. But today I took them out to the IBC Woods course where y'all saw me play before, and I picked a few holes, and I really just took a bunch of shots with them and really tried to get to know them and tried to see which one matched my game the best, because when it comes to woods golf, which this tournament's going to be, the ability to hit your line and shape the line in the woods is very important, and I feel a little more confident sometimes, even though I'm not the best forehand thrower, hitting my gap with a forehand, because I never have to take my head offline with the target. You stay facing it the entire time. So I really wanted to dial this shot in today, and I really wanted to know that the mold I picked for this spot I could rely on in that situation. So I went through, I did some testing. I'll show you some of those shots. Before we get on the course, I should probably introduce the discs I'm going to be throwing today. We have a Lone Star Brazos. It is a 7502. We have a Dos Equis. It is a 84 -12. We have a Chupacabra, which is the beefiest of the bunch, at 9304. We have a Lone Star Discs bar stamped Spur, which is a 9403. And then we have a Mad Cat, which is a 9502. And we have the new Wrangler with the Sadie stamp from the subscription box. It is a 95 -12. Let's get out on the course and see how they all flew. And then when you come back, I'll tell you which ones made the bag and why the other ones just didn't quite make the cut. Alrighty, you guys got to watch some discs fly and I got to eat some pizza rolls, so I think we're both in a pretty good spot right now. Let's take a minute to do this in the bag and then I'll let you go. We got 6 distance drivers to talk about. This one is my most overstable. It's a Warbird in Founders plastic. It's gonna go left. That's about all I can say about it. Stepping down from that is my Alpha Bayonet. This thing will fly straight if I throw it hard, but it's always gonna finish left in the end. Then I got this Warbird that's in Founders Glow plastic. It's a little bit puddle topped. I throw it on forehands because I can get a little turn out of it before it fades. I got this Nico LaCastro Founders Nimitz that I can throw on a hyzer flip line that'll slightly go right and then finish back left pretty reliably. Or I can throw it flat out of the hand and it'll go right and pan kind of to flat. I really like it for that shot. Then we have the Flippy Boys. We have this curl in Alpha plastic that I can throw high and on flat to Annie, and it's going to glide right the whole way and just be a big panning anhyzer shot. Or I can put it on quite a bit of hyzer in the woods and trust that it's going to get to flat, if not slightly past flat. And then sometimes it'll come back, but mostly it's just going to keep pushing forward on that line. And then I have my distance driver roller disc in this Harrier. I can throw it pretty much on this much hyzer and it's still going to flip over and roll for me, so it's great to have that utility in the bag. My fairway drivers are in a similar spot. We'll go backwards in stability to build suspense for which fairway drivers I chose. My roller is the Dome. It's the same story as the Harrier, it just doesn't go as far. Then I have two discs that are kind of my hyzer flip discs in fairway drivers. I have a Mockingbird and a Guadalupe in Alpha and Founders plastics. They're pretty much interchangeable, but it's a feeling thing. Sometimes I'll prefer one over the other and vice versa. My point and shoot fairway driver is this Music City Open Charlie Frio. I love this thing. It flies on a rope. Wherever I point it, it's probably going to go there. And now the big reveal. I chose the Lone Star Discs Wrangler and the Lone Star Discs Spur. This isn't the direction I thought I was going to go. I thought I was going to go Brazos and Mad Cat, but there's just something about the forward finish on this one that I love. And this one has enough overstability that even though it's faster, it just works. I can shape shots with it and I can trust that it's going to skip. It's very comparable to the Brazos. It's just something about being bored flat, I think, and the extra stability that I really like, that I can trust it on a chop over and it's still going to make its way to the right. Moving on into the slower speeds, we have mid-ranges. I got 4 of them. I got a Walker. It's similar to that Warbird. It's going to go left. And then I have a straight to overstable Founders Ranger. I can throw it on pretty much any line and it's kind of like a slower Frio. It's just going to hold it. And then when we get to the Flippy Boys, when it comes to mid-ranges, this one's great for hyzer flips. It's a Bearcat in the Founders Glow plastic. This one is also great for hyzer flips. They're kind of the same disc. There's just something about it, kind of like the feel that I was talking about with the Mockingbird and the Guadalupe. They're very different discs in the hand, and it really just depends on which one I'm confident with in that moment. I have 2 putters in the bottom pouch of my bag, and they're both straight. I got a Benny and a Penny, which are very comparable. This one glows, this one doesn't. This one's in Founders, this one's in Alpha. This one will go a little bit right. This one's pretty much going straight. And if I need a disc to only go about 200 feet and fly straight the whole way, I'll probably grab those. But the workhorses of my bag and where I save all the strokes is this top pouch. I putt with a V1 Jackrabbit. I really like the flex. I really like how soft it is to grab the chains and the hand feel in the wintertime. It's tacky enough that I can hold on to it. If I need a disc to fly that overstable approach line that we all know and love, that you throw a Zone or a Toro or what have you for, I'm reaching for this Horny Toad. It is reliable, it handles torque well, and it'll skip, and I really like those things in an overstable approach disc. And probably the workhorse of my bag that I'll be sad if I ever don't have a backup of is this Hooligan Cash. I love this thing in the woods. If I show up to play at Eagle Hill and this disc is doing what it's supposed to do, I'm probably on Team Bigfoot. This thing is so reliable. I can throw it like 50% power in the woods and still trust that it's going to hold the line I put it on. I can power grip it and really crank on it and know that it's going to have the integrity to keep flying straight. This disc is probably my favorite disc that I've ever thrown in disc golf. The Cash in particular as a mold, not just this one. I have this one that I actually retired for an ace that was just as money before I got this one. I had to buy this one after I aced this one because I like to retire them after I ace them. But that's basically it. If I show up to play, I think I have a really good shot to get on the team. And in the meantime, I'm going to keep putting out these videos and keep showing y'all what I'm doing and how I'm ironing my game out, and hopefully a little challenge video with Logan along the way at John's Park so y'all can see where it all started. I hope y'all have enjoyed this, and we'll see you next time. This has been Harley Pettit from Bella's Bombers. Thank you for watching.